Rich Smith and Dean Regan. I'm Dean Regan. Welcome and hello, Rich.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Rich Smith.
I'm excellently well, sir. Thank you very much. And today's topic,
Is
Destiny Unveiled. We're talking about new thought secrets to your next big adventure. We're talking about truth today. We're talking about trust today. We're talking about expansion today using new thought, ancient wisdom principles to create your highest and best life.
yeah, awesome. And basically, with the topic today is transformation, awakening. Maybe you're going through something in your life, and changes are happening. Do you go along with those changes? I'm taking this a course. I don't know if I told you,
No,
the visioning
what do you?
course.
Oh, great.
With Reverend Michael Beckwith. He's not teaching it, one of his associates are, but visioning is all about, well, tell them what visioning's about, Dean, because
Oh,
I think that has
God.
a lot to do with what we're going to talk about today.
The idea of asking yourself pertinent questions of what is here to be revealed. What is that I am calling out for, and just quietly contemplating and allowing the ideas to come to you. What do you need to embrace? What do you need to let go of? And is there any other information that your intuition, which is the God sense, brings to you? So visioning is something I love to do it, and I really really appreciate Dr. Beckwith's ideas on visioning. I found them most helpful. They really help break through blockage. They help to clarify and to get creatively expansive. So I'm glad you're doing that. That's great.
Yeah, I'm really excited. And if you guys out there want to join me, email me at rich@theinfinitefilmmaker.com, and I'll send you information on how you can sign up for this course. It's a 5-week course. Really excited about it because I'm going through some awakenings, transformations right now in my life. And Dean and I were talking about this earlier. And so what I did is I went into AI and I said, okay, use the metaphor of life being a movie created by an infinite filmmaker, and also the idea of music, uh,
Mm-hmm.
which is Dean's metaphor.
Yeah.
And let's talk about awakening and give us some ideas on how these principles relate to our metaphors. And so it come up with some really amazing things. And I outline those for Dean and I so that we can use these to launch our conversation. So one of the things is about transformation, stuff happening, and it's going on in my life right now. Uh, lights, camera, action. Well, we're going to talk about lights, camera, awakening. So anyways, in the film industry, there's a version of the movie that reflects the director's original idea for the movie. It's called the director's cut. You guys all know that. Life offers us the same opportunities in the form of spiritual awakening. It's the universe's version of the director's cut for the movie of your life. And
Mm.
so maybe you have to reshoot some of the scenes that you have. And so I went through a transformation here with when Warner Brothers, and do you mind if I tell this little story?
Go ahead.
Okay,
My
Warner
God.
Brothers, we produced a couple of feature films. Warner Brothers picked up on one and they distributed it, and we didn't see any money out of it. There's no financial gain. I was really discouraged and decided to reshoot the scenes of my own life by not giving up, but putting the filmmaking aside and dive into coaching. And to me, it was inner spirit reaching out. And the whole thing about, for me, the visioning process, it's about I'm at that point again right now where I want to be able to vision how does God, the universe, infinite filmmaker, want to use me at this point in my life? Not what I want, not how I want things to unfold, but how the universe wants to use me, my unique qualities, my characteristics, my passions, my joys, and all of that, because that's what it's all about. And so with Dean, it's also, in the music metaphor, there's a version that's called what is it, Dean? Called the
Well, in the music,
unplugged session.
right? So what I love about what you're saying here, Rich, is that you were moving in a direction that was calling you, and you experienced a situation that was not welcome to you. And my sense of memory of the story, including the story you said today, is that there was something that was uprooted in you. And by uprooted, I mean something brought to life. It's like, okay, I've experienced and expressed this, and I want to go into a new direction. And you reached within, allowed yourself to listen, and your intuition, your inspiration came up with the next step. In your particular case, it turned out to be coaching and using this metaphor of the infinite filmmaker. In the world of music, it's really, you're listening. Sometimes we find ourselves listening to the same music over and over and over again. The music is perfectly wonderful, but it's time for a change.
Yeah.
And so we can change our playlist. We can change the radio. We can change what we're listening to, and identify that new music that we want to listen to. Musically, if I've been going into a direction of something that's very vibrant and loud and raucous, and I'm finding that, yes, I want a new direction, I can change my whole style of music. You can change your whole spiritual expression. You can also keep the same spiritual expression and adjust it. Bring the volume down, bring the volume up, change the tempo, change the intensity, change the key. So you can focus and function in the same area, but bring in new elements. And that's what we're talking about today, is this bringing in the new elements. It's really fun to talk about the new year and bringing in new elements. I see each day of the year, each day of our life, as an opportunity to bring in new spiritual elements, play that music in a different way. You've
Yeah.
seen people play music and it's the same melody, but a completely different tempo underneath it. You get to do that with your life. You get to do that with the choices you make, not only in the actions that you take, but in the thoughts that you embrace.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like you're in a casting call. Have you ever felt like, the roles that your life that you're playing are miscast? Perhaps like I was playing a part that just didn't align with my soul and who I was. I was starting to awaken spiritually. And here I am trying to make movies that I thought would be able to sell, Hollywood. This is what they expect from me. These are the kind of movies that I will make to make money and stuff. And yet I was going through the spiritual awakening. And so it's time to recast, the movie of my life. In New Thought teachings, we say, change your thinking, change your life. And so the minute you realize the that your role in this life needs a revision in the moment, and so you begin this audition, spiritual audition. I was auditioning my work, during COVID. I had to change things. During COVID, my B job died, and we were left with no income. My wife's company too died with no income, and we had to take and look at stuff and go, okay, so what else are we going to do? So I decided to jump into business and marketing and promoting the Infinite Filmmaker Coaching Program. And I got involved in that. And that seemed to be fulfilling to me because it was a means to the end. It was for me to be able to get out there and teach spiritual principles for success. I needed to go and get involved in marketing and all of that stuff. I jumped in and did exactly what I needed to be done in order to see my vision come to fruition. And so if you guys out there have a vision, don't be afraid to change. Because if you don't, and you're not in the right place, the universe will just boot you out, just like it did with me.
And it is just as you were saying, change your thinking, change your life, change your world. And how do we do that? We bring this awareness, and it's not the first time we've said this, and it won't be the last time. We bring our awareness to that inner inspiration. We can use reading and study. We can use prayer, meditation, visioning, as you were speaking about earlier, visualization, affirmations. to adjust that script that, it's kind of that inner music that is within us, we can make adjustments to it. And as you make adjustments to it, if the music that you want to play inside is now, and don't get me wrong, I love Stomp, if you've ever seen Stomp, but if it's a garbage can that you're just hitting and there's no other melody with it, and it begins to feel disconcerting to you, you can push away that particular instrument and bring in an instrument that is more gentle to you, more evocative to you. You can go from banging on a tin can to a garbage can. You can snap your fingers. The point that I'm trying to make is you have the ability to change the tempo of your life.
Yeah.
To change the qualities of whatever thoughts you're thinking, in that, to bring in more consistent thoughts of things that bring you more joy. What are you thinking? Is it bringing you joy? Is it contributing to the world around you?
Yeah. How about you, Dean? Did you have a place where you had to change the tempo or the arrangement of your music and life?
I did. The story of me stopping. I did concert work. I was doing solo concerts with solo piano to sextet in performing arts theaters around the country. And I loved doing this. And it was also, as you were talking about with the marketing and all of this, I was not particularly enjoying the marketing and the auditioning and going to New York and doing all of this stuff to get work. And I found myself on stage at a wonderful client. Client was paying my sticker price, had a great band with me, a wonderful show. And there was all of a sudden a skill saw on the roof right above me. Very loud, very loud, very loud. And we're trying to rehearse, and it was vibrating down into me. And I went to the presenter, who was so sad, but just said, "I'm so sorry. I've been waiting for these people for 18 months, and I have to do this." And I was really upset about it. And internally, I was not the presenter's fault. I was being kind, but I went back on stage, and as I told the band what was going on, and I looked out front, I said to myself, "I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
done."
Yeah.
It had a great show that night, but I was no longer interested in following through in that situation. I was doing too much heavy lifting in a way that was not attractive and appealing to my sense of inspiration. And so I have been focusing, very similar to you, I've been focusing on my spiritual practice.
Yeah.
I was already a licensed practitioner when I was doing the concerts, but I've been focusing much more on the Living in Concert with Life brand. And that's been my shift as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
I kind of had to rewrite the script, as you would say.
Yeah. Or change the arrangement
Yeah.
of
Right.
your life,
Right.
into a new spiritual jam session, we'll call it. So anyways, let's talk about the script, rewriting the script, and during this transformative phase, expect to have a few rewrites in the movie of your life. The metaphor of speaking of this life being a movie created by an infinite filmmaker, your values, your beliefs, your attitudes, they all may undergo, excuse me, serious revisions.
Yeah.
And so don't be worried about the audience. And that was one of the things I had, was that people around me saying, "Are you crazy? What are you doing? I'm spending all this money on on marketing and ClickFunnels and reaching out to filmmakers and stuff like that." And I had all these people behind me saying, "What are you doing? This is a waste of time. It's a waste of money." And I just had to, I actually had to give up some friends, because not only were they just giving their opinion, they were forcefully trying to make me get into real estate or whatever. You want to make money, get into real estate. What are you doing? You're crazy doing this stuff. And so you might have to rewrite your script. You might have to go and find new characters in your movie. called life, in order to replace these people that aren't supporting you. And so what I found was a community through my Infinite Filmmaker community on Facebook, a group of people that were kind of vibrating. They were all on a spiritual path, a spiritual journey. I even started a meetup group to meet people live instead of virtually, because I was longing for that connection with people that I didn't have while I was home working on my computer, building my marketing and my funnels and all of that stuff. So there's a shift going on right now with
Mhm.
me creating new characters
Mhm.
in my movie called Life. And so, with Dean, composing your life score during this transformative phase that you're going through,
We're always doing that. We're always putting the notes together. We're putting it, and our at New Thought Tuesdays, our goal is to really instill into you that you can trust yourself to understand your own truth and have the courage to move in the direction that you're called.
Yeah.
As long as it is uplifting to you and hurts no one else, we're completely behind you. That you have the power and the presence to call upon an infinite energy that is constantly creating to bring newness into your experience if that's what you're called to do. So we're here. We are having a great conversation, and thank you for that, Rich. Today it's great to talk to you. We're
Yeah.
about to move into the inner circle and talk with our friends that are here, have joined us on Zoom. And if you would like to join us on Zoom, Rich, they go to newthoughttuesdays.com.
It's
Yes,
working now. I got it
it's
to work.
working. Yay. Gosh. So they go to newthoughttuesdays.com and you can click on I want to be reminded, and we'll send you a gentle email a couple of times before our Tuesday meeting with the link that you can access to come and join us. What we're about to do is go into a private conversation with people in the inner circle about this idea of expanding into new adventures using our spiritual practice, using our inspiration on our creativity. And we'll talk with folks to hear their stories and get their insight. And also, then we all share it with one another. So that's what we're about to go into doing the inner circle.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can join us there too. So let's roll the credits. Oh, guys, as you undergo this awakening, this spiritual awakening, and you're rolling the credits and marking the end of an old life, and you're premiering something new, a newfound spiritual epic that you're creating in the movie called Life, in your movie called Life, you're going to walk out of this kind of metaphorical theater with a different swagger. You're going to feel better about yourself. You're going to feel better about your vision because let's face it, you're opening up, you're allowing spirit by doing this awakening work that we're doing at New Thought Tuesday. You're opening up to allow spirit to reveal your true self, who you are, to use you as you're meant to be used. We all have we have characteristics and qualities and desires and dreams. And that's just the infinite filmmaker wanting to create that in and as and through you. And so by doing this work, you're opening yourself up. You're creating a whole new movie called Life. You're rewriting the screenplay of your life. So join us each week on New Thought Tuesdays, and we'll see you at 10 a.m. Pacific time and 1 p.m. Eastern time every
Yes,
Tuesday. Come and join us.
absolutely.
You're going
See
to
you.
be awakened.
Awakened.
Okay. Hey, take care. Bye.